This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. A suspected gun-for-hire shot dead a newly elected barangay councilor in San Isidro town in Davao del Norte in an attack on Tuesday. Reports by the Catholic radio station DXMS and DXMY Radio Mindanao Network, both in Cotabato City, on Wednesday identified the fatality as J. Glenn De La Rama, who was elected barangay councilman in Barangay Salter in Davao del Norte. De La Rama, a businessman, was a retired member of the Philippine Army, according to radio reports. He died in a hospital while being treated for gunshot wounds. A security camera recording that circulated on Facebook showed an attacker approached De La Rama inside his roadside store in Barangay Salter and shot him repeatedly and finished him off as he fell on the floor. The suspect reportedly escaped by riding a Yamaha RX motorcycle parked nearby, driven by an accomplice. A newly elected barangay chairman was shot dead inside his house in Purok 3, Calitlitan. Here on Friday evening, November 17th, police identified the victim as Rolando Sarapan, 76. Sarapan was inside his house when the suspect, wearing black short pants and t-shirt, arrived and fired at the victim. The victim was taken to a hospital where he was declared dead. The suspect escaped on board on a single motorcycle. Police are pursuing the suspect and the forensics investigators are combing evidence for clues. 4 policemen, one of them a lieutenant, were arrested in police operations in Zamboanga City during a police operation on Saturday. This came 4 days after their suspected involvement in a robbery where a local torsa trader was reportedly stripped of 1.8 million pesos in cash. Police Lieutenant Ariel Jolatoria, Patrolman Rayan Apostol, Senior Master Sergeant Al Najaranort and Staff Sergeant Edsel Nicholas were first reported by authorities in Zamboanga City to have intruded into the residence of a torsug merchant, Al Gabid Abdul, in the guise of serving him a fake warrant of arrest for a criminal offense, divested him of mobile phones and took with them his 2 portable safety vaults as they escaped on Wednesday last week. Jalatoria belongs to the Regional Support Unit Police Regional Office 9. While Apostol is a member of the Zamboanga City Police Office 2nd Mobile Force Company. In all it is under the Zamboanga City Police Office Mobile Patrol Unit and the 4th suspect, Nicholas, is assigned at the Zamboanga City Police Station 7. Officials of the Zamboanga City Police Office and PRO 9 confirmed to reporters on Sunday that the 4 policemen are now detained. They will be prosecuted for armed robbery. A newly re-elected village councillor in Maguindanao del Norte was killed in an ambush Monday afternoon in Sultan Mascara municipality, police said. The slain village councillor was identified as Anwar Mamukan, 48, of Barangay Balat. He sustained 6 gunshot wounds in various parts of his body and died on the spot. Mamukan was driving his white vehicle at about 4 p.m. Monday when 2 men on board a motorbike fired at him several times along the crossroads in Barangay Balat and Secretary Narciso Ramos Highway. Captain Elmer Elicosa, Sultan Mascara Municipal Police Station Chief, said in a report on Tuesday. Responding police officers found empty shells of a .45 caliber pistol at the crime scene, he added. A former village councillor here and 2 others were arrested Monday afternoon for possession of 3 unlicensed firearms during a police entrapment. Former Barangay Rosary Heights 7 village councillor Ocansalic was nabbed after completing the illegal transaction with an undercover agent near the village hall at about 3 p.m. Monday. Operatives also arrested his cohorts, Elrojam Sansaluna, 23, from Coronadal City, South Cotabato, and Alina Salongan, 21, of Datuodan Singsuat, Maguindanao del Norte, according to a report released Tuesday by Lieutenant Colonel Ariel Huesca, chief of the police's criminal investigation and detection group in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Recovered from the suspects were a 5.56mm rifle, 2 .45 caliber pistols, ammunition and magazines, mobile phones, a vehicle, and the 200,000 pesos marked money. Salic later denied personally knowing Sansaluna and Salongan and that he is a gun runner. CIDG agents likewise found a 5.56mm rifle in Salk's car, which the suspect said was for self-defense following a gun attack a few years back. The suspects, currently locked up at the CIDGBARMM detention facility here, are facing charges for violation of Republic Act 105/91 or the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act. The La Castellana Town Council suspended during a special session Monday, November 20th, a councillor linked to a police recruitment scam for a series of unexplained absences. The council approved the immediate suspension of Councillor Donato Natnat Dumaguete for 15 days without remuneration and ordered him to pay a fine of 3,000 pesos without prejudice to the filing of a case against him. Councillor Leonardo Baquian said the majority of the council members voted to expel Dumaguete from the town council, which would have to be decided and ordered by the court. They have instructed the council secretary to tap the services of their lawyer to file the charges seeking the expulsion of Dumaguete in court, he said. Dumaguete has had 13 unexplained absences from the council sessions. Large-scale estafa charges have been filed against Dumaguete at the Negros Occidental Prosecutor's Office for alleged involvement in recruitment of 40 persons, most of whom were La Castellana residents, for jobs in the Philippine National Police, for a fee. The Department of Health and the Procurement Service of the Department of Budget and Management committed several lapses in the handling of funds and purchase of COVID-19 supplies at the peak of the pandemic, a special audit by the Commission on Audit has confirmed. Senator Juan Ajardo Angara said the two agencies' shortcomings were explained in detail in a 9-volume report on the COA's audit of the government's multi-billion peso deals with Family Pharmaceutical Corporation, the supplier at the center of an overpricing and corruption scandal in 2021. Angara, chair of the Senate Finance Committee, made the disclosure as he defended the COA's proposed 13.53 billion pesos budget for 2024 during plenary deliberations. Reading from a note handed to him by the COA officials, Angara said the special audit had determined, among other findings, that the DOH failed to coordinate with PSDBM on the timeliness of the procurement, schedule of deliveries and periodical consumption of supplies. He said the DOH was also found to have not exceeded effort in monitoring liquidation of fund transfers to PSDBM amounting to 42 billion pesos. PSDBM, the report found, had failed to determine the availability and capability of the supplier, Family, to provide the required quantity and had made no request for further negotiation from two entities who offered to supply the contracts. Angara said his committee would release a copy of the COA findings. A gunman shot dead a former mayor of Catil Town, Davao Oriental, outside a fast food chain in Barangay Buhangan in the city on Wednesday morning. Giselo Velasco Castilones, the mayor of Catil from 1983 to 1986, was sitting in the passenger seat of his car and about to leave the fast food chain at around 10 am when a still unidentified attacker approached and shot him. Based on the report of the Bajada police station, Castilones was with his driver Juni Castro, who was wounded, and a certain Alma Lozens, who was unscathed. During the attack, 5 empty shells from a .45 caliber pistol were recovered from the crime scene. Witnesses said the gunman boarded a motorcycle and sped off toward the Buhangan area. Castilones was declared dead by responding Central 911 personnel, while Castro was brought to a nearby hospital for treatment and is now in stable condition. Witnesses said the shooter was wearing a tube mask and maroon cap that concealed his face, police said. Gunman shot dead a public school teacher and her husband in a gun attack at a secluded area in the hinterland Banisilan town, Cotabato on Thursday morning, the Bansilan Municipal Police Station. In an initial report to Cotabato Provincial Police Director Colonel Harold Ramos, said that Juanito Fuertes Romaguro Jr. and his teacher spouse, Angeli, died from multiple gunshot wounds. The couple were riding their family-owned tricycle on their way to the Panther Elementary School in Banisilan, when men on motorcycles overtook, blocked their route and opened fire. Their attackers had escaped even before responding barangay tanads could reach the scene. Romelito Flores, superintendent of schools in Cotabato, has condemned the atrocity and called on the Banisilan MPS and the Cotabato Provincial Police Office to identify their killers for immediate prosecution. The provincial director said that Romaguro died on the spot while his wife succumbed to bullet wounds while being treated in a hospital where she was brought by local government emergency responders. Ramos said personnel of the Binisalan MPS have enlisted the support of local officials in putting closure to the incident. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.